Welcome back to Optimal Frequency. I'm Grant. I talk to spirits here at my house. You know the routine. We're on part 3 of 3 on an experiment I did this week using some Voicemod software. So we're going to get right into it. Enjoy. Going to change voice mods again. Be right back. Okay, so I want to show you guys something that's kind of neat here, and we're going to spend the next couple of minutes analyzing this only because it's super interesting to me. It fits in with this whole research I'm doing about us hearing voices on the water or not hearing it or using the filter. Is it actually filtering out words that are there, etc. I find this super amazing, okay? So what I want to show you is this, well, on the screen right now, as you know, if you've watched my videos before, is Audacity. It's a free program that I use to analyze everything we record. This is the visual layout of the auditory responses, the auditory recordings that I've made. So on the top line, I've got my Yeti microphone right here. I've got my Sony microphone here. That's the camera that's in the basement. That's important, the middle one, so pay attention to that. And then down here on the bottom, I've got the phone recording that I made at the sink, right? So this blocks of dark line right here that end right here, that's when I'm standing at the sink and I said, I'm going to go downstairs and switch over to a different voice mod, okay? So everything after that, so this right here, the last responses that I played you where they said we catch his voice, that's in here, okay? Now, if you look in these recordings from the Yeti microphone at the top and the phone at the bottom, all you can see are squibbles. So that's the water falling and the voices of the spirits. As we know, they never stop talking. Down on the Sony camera in the basement, well, I go down to the basement, I open the door, and I start talking to the camera. So that's what these big blobs are. I start talking. Well, while I was down there, I said, man, I can hear voices on that water. So I asked the camera a few questions. Now, I have not looked at this. I have not analyzed what the filtered responses are with the software, okay? But the interesting thing was, while I was down there looking at my TV, listening to just the water sounds, I said, like, who's Santa's most famous reindeer? Of course, I'm thinking Rudolph. Well, bam! I heard Rudolph with my own ears, and as I watched that clip of that, because it's being recorded by the Sony, right? I could hear it again. So I'm going to play it for you. You may call it pareidolia, I'm not sure. You may hear it just like I hear it, okay? I'm going to play you what I heard, I'm going to show it, we're going to analyze it, and then we're going to analyze the filtered responses to see, so yes, I heard Rudolph standing in the room, but did they actually say Rudolph that comes up on the screen? So that's what we're going to check out. I just wanted to show you the visual representation here. It's kind of neat. I just put it on the Santa voice mod. So I can almost hear voices in that. Who's Santa's most famous reindeer? What instrument do I play? I swear I'm hearing these answers. with my own ear on the water. Okay, where were we? Yeah, certain cheese. There we go. Okay, I really need to know, why did Freddie Mercury drop out of the session? Was he mad at my line of questioning? Okay, so it upsets me, and let me tell you why. Because this is real. I'm talking to real spirits who have real feelings. I know that. They know I know that. And it was just very odd to me that Freddie Mercury, because I was feeling a connection. I love Freddie Mercury. Never met him in my life. There, I just got tingles. Like, yeah. To find out, and this is the weirdest part, okay? So, some people aren't going to care. I know that. But I do care. I care. Because I'm doing this for thousands of hours. I feel like when I'm talking to these people, these spirits at the sink, I want to talk to them the exact same way I would talk to them in real life. I want to respect them. If somebody on my team disrespected Freddie, I'm seriously not digging that. I apologized in my head to Freddie once I heard these messages I just heard, and I asked Stephen Hawking to fire that guy. Hopefully it wasn't Stephen Hawking. I don't think Stephen Hawking would be rude to anyone. Now, that last message, it was like an outside source or whatever. I really don't know. But again, the message is, my message at this point is that, yeah, this is all fun and games. It's a hobby. I'm talking to the spirits. But there's more to it than that. There's actual connections being made here. When I talk to Freddie Mercury at the sink and I feel him saying, dude, you touched me. You were a fan. Thank you for getting the music. That means something to me. And to find out somebody was so rude to him that he took off in the middle of a session, I mean, that's terrible. Are Freddie and I cool? Is he okay with me? Because I felt badly, like I did something wrong. Will he come back for another interview in the future? Was my assessment of the time difference even close to being on the right track? Are we 10 times faster here on this plane where I am? I'm going to ask my spirit team now, do you guys have a message for me today? That is an amazing response that really hits me. I get it. I know exactly what that message is. To somebody else, that means nothing. It's like incoherent, right? But let me break this down for you. Just again, being totally 100% open and honest. And it's a very interesting response. And it gets more interesting as I tell you the value, the meaning behind it. So Robin's mother, Betty, my mother-in-law, I was very young when Robin and I met. I was 18 when I first met Robin. Our son was born a couple years after that, and I only knew Betty for 2 or 3 years because unfortunately she died of breast cancer not long after Robin and I got together. So we only had a couple of years together. We didn't live in the same city. I only saw them a handful of times. Loved my father-in-law, great guy. Loved my mother-in-law. In fact, I feel that I got robbed this entire 27 years I've been married to Robin of not having a mother-in-law and that experience because she was a wonderful lady. But one time we were having a picnic on the beach. My grandmother was there with my grandfather. Betty and Bob, Robin's parents, were there, and Betty had brought some beets to this picnic. And being young and dumb, and you just say what pops into your head, she asked me how the beets were. I said something stupid. It was one of those, did I just say that out loud moments? And it just wasn't a very polite thing to say. It was whatever. I'm not going to say what I said. Other than the fact that she is now reminding me of that situation because the only way I could know it was her coming through was they explicitly said it's your mother-in-law, right? Because I got Betty White on the brain because I just did Betty White video about a week ago, right? So if they said Betty blah, 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 I would have thought, why is Betty White talking to me about beets? And I would have never made the connection. But now that they explicitly told me, hey, it's your mother-in-law, boom, she says beets. I know exactly what she's talking about because I said something stupid 25 years ago. And yeah, we all had a chuckle. And so it's just a way of Betty coming through and saying, hi, your method works and I hear you and we're following you. So that's a pretty fantastic message. And do you have a message for any of our viewers? Please state their name and then leave them a message. All right, there you have it. Bridget, you've been asked to stop using the coffee beans for whatever embarrassing thing you've been using them for. That's right, they've seen you. Go back to making coffee. And Tim, I don't know what your message meant. Maybe it'll mean something to you, whether you're supposed to make some kind of medication cocktail or probably stop making medication cocktails would be more likely. But hey, I'll leave it up to you to figure that out. I'm not a doctor. I only play one on YouTube. All right, team. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you. Gonna send out some light. Please direct that and use that where it's needed most. Appreciate you. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you as well. We will catch you guys in the next session. Now I got to go analyze this and see how the experiment turned out. All right, so I think that the echo effect helped the Yeti microphone that was sitting at the sink that normally doesn't get any echo on the responses recorded with that. It seemed to make it a little bit clearer from my doing this for so many hundreds of hours, right? But I did find that the Sony camera sitting in this basement, which is already getting hit with the echo from the echo chamber that we've built here, making it echoey. It was almost too much echo with the double effect. So too much of a good thing, I think. So overall, it was a valid experiment. Just got to try new things, right? So join us next time for more experimentation and more voices and messages from the spirits. Thanks for watching.